Sony, you finally did it. After many trials, many failures, you did it with an animated feature. By the way, the reason why I didn't do an initial reaction video to this movie because when I got home it was like super late, so I was tired. I was like, I'm just gonna go to bed. But I did, however, tweeted out a tweet that many people like and retweeted. And by many, I mean like 10. So yeah, definitely follow me on Twitter. So Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is Sony's latest attempt to create a Spider-Man universe on them, for themselves. And this has nothing to do with the MCU. This is Sony Spider-Man. This is not Tom Holland. Two different things, right? Again, this is not the first time that they try to do it. They tried with the Amazing Spider-Man, that didn't work out. They tried with Venom. The movie is a financial success, but like let be honest, this Venom is not a good movie. So they're like, yeah, let's try one more time with the character of Miles Morales in an animated movie, and not only did it work, it worked almost perfectly. This movie is almost perfect. I honestly cannot remember the last time that I watched an animation and be like, wow, that animation style is really, really good. I need to look into the animators and the people who created this style of animation. That's what I did with this movie. Like, after the movie, I wasn't looking for the directors. I wasn't looking for like the cast. Not right away. I mean, they did their thing and it was great. But the first thing that I was looking for in the credits was who animated this movie. We don't really think about the people who sit down in front of a computer and just created these people in this world from scratch. But this movie did it for me. That's just how good the animation is. It's not only is it good, but it's so unique. It's like the perfect mixture of 3D, of old school 2D, hand drawn. A little bit of anime in there, and a little bit of stop motion in there, and like it just meets somewhere in the middle, and it's just so fresh. I love this animation style so much. I totally see like animators, like future animators, copying this style in their movies, and I can kind of see the industry moving away from Disney 3D, Pixar, that kind of stuff, to this style of animation. It's so good, so beautiful. This is probably like the third or fourth Spider-Man origin movie, and like the formulas could get old really fast. And I love the fact that the filmmakers, they acknowledge that, like they know that about the Spider-Man origin story, so they play with that idea, and they have a lot of fun with that. I have a lot of fun with that. I don't know much about Shameik Moore. I know he was in the movie Dope and the TV show The Get Down, I think. And I heard he was really good in those movies, but I didn't know much about him going in, and I thought he did a fantastic job of voicing Miles Morales. He was funny, relatable, and a couple of times kind of break my heart a little bit. Like, there are moments in this movie that make me shed a tear. Peter Parker in this movie is a really different take on the characters because he's like a middle-aged man. He doesn't have six-pack anymore. He's like eating junk food, and he's just sad, man. Like, he is sad. I'm not gonna get into why, but the man is sad. He's depressed. And Jake Johnson, he's a funny guy, okay? And the way that he play Peter Parker in this movie is definitely funny. But I love the fact that the original Spider-Man in this movie is not here just to crack some joke and just to be, the mentor for Miles. He actually got an arc, like a real character arc. It doesn't really like overshadow Miles' story, which is good, but it was there. They're not just throwing him in the movie just to to be like the plot device to help Miles to become Spider-Man and to like crack some jokes here and there. He actually got an emotional arc, and I thought it was really effective. See, listen, I wish the CW is watching this because they need to learn that you don't have to put one thing down to like bring another thing up. Like you don't have to like shit all over Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man, to make the new one looks better. Same way that you don't have to shit all over Superman to make Supergirl looks better. I mean, like they both can be great. Also, Haley Steinfeld, she was really good as Gwen Stacy, Spider Gwen, and just like Peter Parker, she's not just there to be like the cool girl or just there to be like, hey, I'm another Spider-Man or Spider People. She actually got a reason to be on screen, and her interaction with the other Spider People, especially Miles Morales, was really enjoyable. They formed this friendship that I thought was really sweet. But the same thing could not be said about the other three, because although they're really fun, Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man Noir is just a thing of beauty. Okay, I like Spider-Ham, I like Penny Parker, but they didn't really have a reason to be there. Like there are a lot of fans, and I enjoy their presence, but they did not have like a purpose the way that Peter Parker and Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy have. They're just there to crack jokes and to be made fun of and to make fun of things. And have some really cool action sequences, but other than that, they didn't really have a reason to be in the story, except to play off this Spider-Verse idea that there are many different Spider People. Also, I find the villain of this movie kind of weak, even though he has a clear motivation and a clear sort of goal, and you can kind of get behind his actions, even though they're horribles, but you can kind of see why he's doing it. But you just don't spend enough time with this character to really get behind him, to really be able to relate to him in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, I thought the villains, because there are multiple in this movie, to be kind of weak. So this just came from my comic book knowledge. There's a bad guy in this movie who has like a little dramatic unmasking moment, but like I already know who is under the mask. I already know the secret identity. So that moment did not work for me personally, but again, that's just because I read the comics. General audience, that they're gonna be surprised by this moment. I really love the soundtrack of this movie. I gotta look up some of these songs, because not only are they exciting, but they fit like in that story so well. They fit in that scene, and they kind of sort of complement that world of Spider-Man. Like the music is so energetic, it's full of characters. In the end, guys, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is perhaps one of the most original, one of the most unique, both visually and narratively, superhero movies that I've seen in a long times. And in this day and age where you have like 2 superhero movies like every month, that's pretty damn impressive. It has a great story, great characters, the animation is stunning. I know that people are complaining that there are like a couple of scenes where the animation is quite blurry. Like it's like when you watch a 3D movie without the 3D glasses. It wasn't even that big of a deal for me, like, because number one, the scenes, there are like 2-3 seconds, and number two, this animation style is new and people are experiencing with different things, and the fact that it was that great, the fact that the final product was that good, just like a couple of missteps here and there, it's not that big of a problem. Listen, I love the fact that we have Spider-Man in the MCU. I love the fact that he is interacting with other Avengers, other Marvel superheroes. But if Sony decided to move forward with this new Spider-Man universe, this new Spider-Verse with Miles Morales at the center of it, I don't really have a problem. Like, this movie is so good that it won me over. Like, Sony, you officially won me over. I'm gonna give Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse a 9 out of 10. I am officially rooting for this movie to win Best Animated Feature this year. I encourage you guys to go see this movie, support it, pay money to go see it, and just let Sony knows that this is the kind of movies that they should be making. Hey guys, if you got a chance to see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And if you enjoy my review, hit the like button and subscribe if you will see more reviews like this. With that being said, I'll see you soon.